Hello everybody, Dwayne Hunt, pastor of Centerpoint Church here with just some information getting ready for Centerpoint's Phase 1 reopening, which is scheduled for Sunday, May 24th. This notice between me and you guys is simply a conversation, so it's completely unscripted, which means it could be a disaster, but hey, I've been right in the middle of disasters before, and I probably will be again. So anyhow, just wanted to talk with you through some things. Again, it's up on the sign now. We have our Phase 1 reopening of Centerpoint Church at 6950 Eloise Loop Road in Southeast Winter Haven, Florida. It's scheduled for Sunday, May 24th at 10:30 a.m., which is our normal time, as we try to just sort of get back to normal a little bit. But I wanted to talk to you some because things are going to look different. We're going to have a bit of a different procedure going in, and I wanted to talk some issues with you. So hang on with me as I walk. We're going to maybe have a few moments of dead space, but here's the other side of the sign. It says reopening 24th. Reason for that, did you know the set of letters for this sign has 4 Y's, and they were all used, so I couldn't put May again. It had to be 24th. But hey, it works, right? So we're getting ready for our reopening. The first thing I want to say to everybody is that this is a unanimous decision from the Centerpoint Directional Board, and we brought in some other leaders, including children's ministry and our worship, and a medical professional who's a nurse practitioner. So we're trying to design everything so that our reopening will be safe and secure and smart, in keeping with what we feel God wants us to do, and also in keeping with safety guidelines from the CDC, President's team, Governor DeSantis, and local officials. So the first thing we want to say to you guys as we get ready for May 24th is we're going to need some help this coming Saturday. So this Saturday is May 16th. Because the building hasn't been used for 2 months, except for smaller event things and work things, it needs a deep cleaning. So this coming Saturday, May 16th at 8:30, a group of folks are going to start with a deep clean. And then at 10 o'clock, we're going to need some extra help because we are going to have to reconfigure our seating for our Phase 1 reopening so everything falls within social distancing, okay? So this coming Saturday, May 16th, if you want to help, please, I'm going to get some shade. Might be too much shade, I don't know. If you want to help, we expect you to comply with social distancing, and please contact the office and let me know in advance, okay? So 8:30 to help start cleaning, deep cleaning, and 10 o'clock to help start reshuffling the seating configuration. So first thing I want to say to you is that we want to obey God. We want to follow government guidelines. We want to do this smart because we have your safety in mind, everybody's safety. So if you come, please understand a few things. Everybody's going to kind of feel differently about this, but for the safety and comfort of everybody, we ask everybody to respect each other by complying with our safety guidelines. So we're trying to be very, very cautious and very, very prudent. So keep that in mind as I talk through the things. And number 4, we want to preserve our testimony to the community. So I think it's important that the church, while I believe in religious liberty, and I definitely believe that we must obey God rather than men, when the government's asking us to do what everybody's been asked to do, we want to be good neighbors and love our neighbors too. So here's what will happen. First off, if you are in a high-risk category, so if you've got a lot of health concerns or one of our older, more vulnerable folks, we just would like for you to stay home for now. I know you're going to make your own decisions, but officially, please stay home. If you are sick, if you're running a fever, if anybody in your family is sick, please stay home. We don't want you to come and possibly spread that around. Also, if you're just simply frightened or not comfortable, please feel free to stay home. As we start to reopen, things are going to be a little clunkier than usual. If you're staying home, we will continue our live stream, but things are going to look really different. So we only have one more Sunday where we have the real simple worship and live stream that we've been doing, followed by recorded kids and adult Bible lessons. Starting on the 24th, it's going to be live streamed from what's actually taking place at the church. So it will be different, but we still hope to have something there for you if you're not able to come. So let's go through what will happen if and when you do come. We want to encourage you to come on the early side. It doesn't have to be ridiculously early, but if everybody's showing up right at 10:30, we're going to have some jam-ups with our screening issues. So when you arrive and come down the driveway from Eloise Loop Road, go ahead and park in the parking areas. You know the drill if you're a center pointer. If you're not, we've got some handicapped out front. Usually, you see that front door is usually the door. We encourage everybody to use the front door, and we say no to the back door on the veranda because that's our security thing. But we're going to reverse protocol as we begin our reopening. What we're going to do is encourage everybody and direct everybody to come to the veranda, because when you come onto the veranda, you'll enter through the veranda door. First thing that will happen, someone will greet you. You'll come onto the veranda and you'll go through our health screening. So your temperature will be taken, no contact, but we will be taking temperatures. We'll be asking a series of health questions. And then we ask you honor our medical person. If our medical person determines that you should not attend, we just ask you to please respect that and go on home. If you're screened, you meet the criteria, you can come on in. You will be hand sanitized as you come into the door. So here's the screening area on the veranda. You'll be hand sanitized. By then we'll have a number of signs around the facility. So we'll go in because I've made the cut. Yes. You'll go in and we're going to have our worship. We'll be in two different rooms. So we'll be in the family room. It is not configured yet, but we will have the seating in here will be designed. So half of us coming will be watching worship in this room via the television set. And you'll be allowed to sit in your family group. So anybody who lives in your house with you, you can sit together. But we're going to configure the seating so that the seating is separated with the 6-foot social distancing guidelines. And we ask you all to honor that, please. No contact, no handshakes, no hugs, honor the social distancing. We also are going to have you seated. So please wait as one of our ushers finds you a seat. We're going to ask really very much, if you're a household of 2, that you not take a section where we have 5 seats or some other configuration, because we're going to need the seats to be available for a family of 5, for instance. So this room will be configured with social distancing seating to be watching the live service right there on the TV. By the way, we will not be serving, we'll even block the water fountains. So because the service will be shortened, there will be no food or beverages. So there's no coffee, there's no water even. So we're going to ask you not to bring any of that in with you either, just to encourage safety considerations. So you will not be entering the front door like normal. Instead, you'll be entering the veranda door. As we go into the worship room, this room also will be configured for social distancing seating. So that's some of why we need volunteers on Saturday. We're going to have to pull some of the rows out, stack some of the chairs, and place the seats where we can honor social distancing. So again, wait to be seated, and you'll be seated. You can sit only with members of your own family that you live with, and we're going to ask you to be 6 feet apart from everybody else. The worship service will be going on from the stage area. By the way, there is no child care, so parents, bring your kids with you. They'll have to sit with you. The nursery will be sanitized and available before you get there, but it will not be attended. So, if your baby's crying and you yourself need to take him or her out for a while, it's there for you to use, but there's no one there to bail you out. Okay? So anyhow, we'll have the worship going on from the stage, but the social distancing will be in place. So worship will be streamlined from our norm a little bit. We will have a child's lesson, so there will be a Kids Point lesson that will be given as part of the joint service where we're all together, and it will be coordinated with the adult lesson. So it's kind of cool. Entire family will have the same lesson, one after another, and during the adult teaching time, we will have some activity sheets and things so that as the kids are sitting there, they can take advantage of them. So parents, we will have those available to give you on paper, but we will post them online if you'd prefer no touch and you want to come prepared. We will not be supplying pens or papers or crayons or any of those things. You might want to bring those with you. So anyhow, one service, we're thinking about an hour. There will be some worship, Bible lesson for Kids Point, and Bible message for the adults. So social distancing and all those things that kind of we're all, I don't know that we're getting used to it. Are you getting used to it? Man. But anyhow, it's how we're doing it right now. We just are eager to bring the body of Christ back together into this room. I can't wait. And I appreciate all who have been very busy following what goes on our social media. Thank you. That's still going to go on. We'll have somewhat of a reduction. There you go, where we're currently live streaming on Sunday mornings. So you didn't know this is the other side. But, I forgot a couple other things. We do ask you, please, people, I know not everybody agrees with that, and I know we hear conflicting information. I know all that, but our best medical advice from our own folks is we're going to ask and require everybody who's mobile, so if you can walk, unless you have a medically approved reason that our nurse practitioner will screen, we're going to ask you to wear a mask. May not be for you, it may be for you to protect someone else. So please keep it that way. I know, I hate it. And, I think we all wonder, and yet it is a precaution, so we're going to take that precaution and ask you to do likewise, okay? So bring your own mask. We will not necessarily have a lot of those available to give out, so please bring your own mask. We will not have a greeting time, anything with contact. Greeters will not be shaking hands. There will be no connection. Nothing will be handed out to you. We're still trying to figure out how to handle the Lord's Supper and communion. We haven't gotten there quite yet. Offering plates will be at the back. And you can simply drop your offering in a plate with no touch on your way out if you choose to do so, okay? Thank you again to everybody who's continued their giving through this crazy time. We really appreciate it. Appreciate your good attention for this reopening announcement and just kind of a reopening conversation as we get ready for Sunday, May 24th. I know I've probably missed some things. I'm sorry for that, and I'll try to get those words out as we move forward. But just wanted to touch base with you again this week, letting you know our plans are still moving forward for reopening phase 1 on Sunday, May 24th. And if you're comfortable and healthy enough, I hope to see you then, because I miss you and I love you guys, okay? Take care, stay safe, God bless. Remember, Jesus is in control, and we need to be people of faith, not fear. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.